Subscribe G8. Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hospital in General Ned is awake and suing Olivia and Mena to the ground. The characters on General Hospital make fun of Mena Reeves for believing that her luck have finally changed. Fate has intervened in the most unexpected way after the stress and strain of keeping her secret secure from Ned Quartermain. Ned won't be able to expose her for turning Carly Spencer and Drew Kane into the SEC while he's out of commission and believing he's Eddie Main. Even while Mena might want to rejoice in her good fortune, she knows better than to let her guard down too soon. She is about to find out why. Hospital in General Ned Quartermain is forgetful Toby Quartermain. Now that Ned is awake, he is more perplexed than ever. Ned is extremely perplexed by Olivia Quartermain's presence at his bedside as she expresses her gratitude to God for bringing him back to her and pours out her heart to him. Ned, who has no memory of his wife and believes he is a rock star, is also confused. Olivia is horrified by this turn of events and doesn't understand how things could possibly get worse, but they soon will. Ned Quartermain does remember his rights, according to GH. What happens next will be significantly influenced by Ned's emotional distance from Olivia. The man hasn't forgotten his rights just because he has forgotten who he is married to. When someone has been wronged, Quartermains don't simply let them off the hook. Ned tripped over that towel since it was supposed to be removed from the floor, but it wasn't. The rumor is that Ned won't hesitate long before calling his lawyer and requesting that a lawsuit be filed against the Metro Court Hotel and its owners. Who they are doesn't matter to him at all. Hospital in General, what is in store? As Olivia's business partner, Mena will likely want her to know she is not doing this alone, according to General Hospital spoilers. Ned won't be persuaded to refrain from initiating legal action against the Metro Court by anyone. Losing a business she never really wanted is the least Nina can do to atone for what she has actually done, isn't it? She might come to believe that this is karma's cruel and twisted method of having her pay for her misdeeds. That's what she'll tell herself, but little does Nina realize that Harrison Chase has information that might destroy both this lawsuit and Nina's life. In order to discover why Nina retreated when she witnessed someone hurt on her land, Chase will spend some time doing what he does best as a detective. Not just anyone either, but the husband of her business partner. Is Chase close to discovering what Nina is trying to conceal? And if so, is there a way out that won't result in her losing Willow Corinthos in the process? Additionally, Drew's given 7 days until he must travel to Pentonville after Ned, thinking he is Eddie, flees the hospital. After the judge gives Drew a 3-year sentence in court, Carly rises to her feet and cries out, "No, that is not acceptable." She believes a deal was on the table, but the judge says the sentencing is up to the court. According to him, Andrew Kane will serve in Pentonville for 3 years. Once more, Carly screams indignantly, "This is a harsh sentence for a non-violent crime." Zeke builds on that idea and claims Drew is a decorated Navy veteran who also contributed to the world's defense against Victor Cassadine. The judge claims that this is the reason he is sending him to Pentonville, in order to demonstrate that no one is above the law. He demands that Drew be sent to Pentonville right away. Zeke argues that Drew is not a flight risk because he has a business and a family in Port Charles, and asks the judge to grant him some time to get his affairs in order. Drew is given 1 week by the judge, who then adjourns the case. After giving Drew a hug, Carly asks Zeke what happened. Zeke acknowledges that this was not what they had anticipated, and, using his expertise, cautions Drew not to make matters worse by vanishing. Drew promises he won't leave. Michael promises to be available for Drew in whatever he requires. Carly and Drew have some time alone from Zeke and Michael. Carly is instructed by Drew to extend these 7 days into eternity. Carly is shocked that this is happening and is truly sorry, but he assures her that everything will be fine. When Zeke comes back, he says he has scheduled a conference with the judge to discuss lessening the punishment, but it most likely won't happen until after Drew has been sent to Pentonville. Zeke tells them that this is only a setback and not the end. Drew wants to speak with Carly about the severe punishment she will soon be subjected to after Zeke departs from the group. Aurora resists his offer to sell her in order to assist her pay her penalties. She wants to concentrate on the remaining time she has with him and avoid thinking about this right now. Drew advises them to leave the courthouse immediately and not spend any more time there. Eddie tells Dione in his hospital room that he feels good and wants to go, but she advises Mr. Quartermain not to get ahead of himself. Eddie Main, he claims, is his name. Dione gets a syringe and injects a sedative into his IV as he becomes upset. Gregory overhears Tracy yelling at Alexis in the hallway. Tracy is ultimately confronted by him, and he tells her to back off. He has a propensity of listening in on other people's discussions, according to Tracy. Gregory is thanked by Alexis, although she has dealt with Tracy many times before. Gregory acknowledges he had intended to see Tracy to apologize, but he has since changed his mind and believes she needs some manners instruction. They are both commanded to go to their corners by Alexis. Tracy informs Alexis that she will leave her with her friend because she has pressing family matters to attend to. Tracy advises Chase to keep away from her despite Gregory's warnings to do so. Gregory apologizes to Alexis but queries Tracy's harsh treatment of her. Alexis claims that Tracy's behavior is hurtful and vile. What she did to Alexis is a mystery to Gregory. Alexis describes how Tracy accused her of the crime and how Chase made the arrest. She does acknowledge that Tracy saved her life at that point because she was out of control. Because Tracy isn't worth it, she advises Gregory to let it go. He concurs, but Chase is valuable. Tracy can't meddle with his sons, he says. Kevin informs Olivia, Brooklyn, and Chase in the waiting area that Ned is actually Eddie Main, not only that he thinks he is Eddie Main. They are dealing with a traumatic brain injury, and other indications point to this being more complicated than a straightforward case, so he is unable to provide a timeline for when Ned will return to normal. He says that for some reason, Eddie Main has been overlaid over Ned's own thoughts and sensations in his head. Chase doesn't comprehend Ned's desire to ignore his past. Olivia holds herself accountable for first failing to believe Ned was not guilty of handing Drew and Carly in. When Tracy finally shows there, she bemoans Olivia for making this about her. Brooklyn lashes out at her grandmother, accusing her of being cruel and rude in spite of her worries. Tracy asserts that she is not worried and that her son needs to be shaken vigorously and splashed with water. The remark from Brooklyn is, "No wonder Dad thinks he's Eddie Main. Who wouldn't want a break from this family?" Chase pursues her as she storms off. Tracy says she's going to see her son, but Olivia says no since Ned doesn't need Tracy screaming. The remark from Kevin is, "I think we know why Ned would rather be Eddie Main." Kevin points out that Eddie stands for freedom, fantasy, and simplicity, all of which Ned right now needs. Tracy proposes giving her husband another head bump since Olivia simply wants her spouse back. When Brooklyn and Chase visit Ned, they discover he has been given a tranquilizer. Brooklyn is aware that they gave him the blame for turning Carly and Drew into the SEC, which is how it all began. "Why hasn't someone else come forward if they did it?" she sobs. Chase seemed to be torn. When Brooklyn looks at her father, she notices how calm and trouble-free he seems to be. When Eddie stirs, he reaches out and grabs Brooklyn by the arm. He then adds, "If you want to solve my problems, then bust me out of here." Brooklyn assures Chase that she will get him home as soon as she can after asking Eddie to release Brooklyn's arm. He needs to reach Vegas. Although she is aware of the high that comes from performance, she asserts that family love is superior. Eddie understands that although she loves her father, he cannot live the corporate lifestyle and believes she cannot too. And Chase return to the family. Kevin informs them that they must give Ned some space. Brooklyn claims that he wants a one-way ticket to Vegas in addition to extra room. Tracy makes the decision to reason with Ned. With the others in tow, she barges into Ned's room only to discover that he has left. Lucy apologizes to Sasha for bringing up Cody at the Metro Court Gardens. Martin interrupts their conversation to present Lucy with flowers and offers her a kiss. He expresses regret for keeping her waiting so long, but stresses that after today, his client can relax and he'll have more time for her. When Sasha inquires about the client, Martin recalls speaking with Nina about the SEC accusations, but declines to provide any further details out of respect for her privacy. When Martin inquires as to what they are discussing, Lucy responds that they are talking about the Deceptor and how its sales are skyrocketing. She admits to Martin that he is to blame for everything. Sasha demands clarification since she claims Lucy never stated that Martin was involved in the plan. Every good narrative, according to Lucy, starts in bed. She claims that when they were discussing aging and overcoming time one night, she slept off and had a dream about the Deceptor, referring to Marty as her magical inspiration. Martin claims that Lucy adopted a concept and made it her own. Sasha wonders when they will get married because she believes this tale needs a joyful resolution. They respond in unison, never. What's wrong with marriage? Sasha asks. According to Martin, he has received 3 strikes in that area. Therefore, like in baseball, he is out. When she said, I do, Lucy acknowledges that she made mistakes, but what they have now is ideal. Martin asks for a pass since he has to leave. When did Sasha realize Lucy wasn't the marrying type she formerly believed her to be? When Lucy initially said no, she had hoped Marty would persuade her to change her mind. Sasha holds herself responsible for bringing up marriage, but Lucy disputes this. She claims that Marty says that ex-wives are the bane of his existence. She longs for the ability to cast them from his mind. Sasha is aware that Martin cares for her and won't leave. Since Marty gave Lucy the idea of the Deceptor, Lucy believes she can give him the idea of marriage. Martin walks up to the pool and sits on the edge while checking his phone. He bemoans, every month like clockwork. He believes that marriage is a disaster, and he thinks Lucy will concur. He receives additional texts from his ex-girlfriends warning him to stay away as he unwinds with a drink. Marty flips over and falls into the water. When Joss and Dex arrive at the Savoy together, Nina and Sunny are already there. Dex greets them as they get closer to the pair. Joss inquires of Sunny as to Drew and her mother's situation. Not yet, at least according to Sunny. Joss expresses her relief that her mother won't do time in prison. Nina thinks what Drew did for Carly was admirable. According to Joss, some people know how to sacrifice their needs for others. Sunny takes Joss aside and requests a private conversation. More. Rebecca Herbst posts a sweet image of a child. Dex is given a seat by Nina, who requests to be addressed as Nina going forward. She claims that keeping Sunny secure and content is what they both want. Dex believes she wants him to approach Joss and request a chance. Nina believes that a positive dynamic between her and Joss is advantageous for Sunny as well. Dex will think about it. She matters to him because he is aware of how significant she is to Mr. Courthouse. That Joss is still with Dex astounds Sunny. Dex, according to him, made it obvious that he wanted to stay with the company and play a significant role in it. Dex, according to Sunny, has reconciled with him. What about her? Joss is at peace with Dex working for him and acknowledges that she was wrong to ask him to terminate Dex. Sunny clarifies that's not what he asked and inquires once more about whether she has reconciled with him. Joss is aware that she cannot alter Dex's viewpoint or Sunny's personality, but she does understand that when she wrongs Sunny, she wrongs the people they both care about. That's the best she can do, she claims. Sunny accepts that for the time being. He surprises everyone by revealing that Drew was given 3 years in Pentonville. It wasn't supposed to be that way, Nina exclaims loudly. Joss inquires as to how it was intended. Nina claims a contract was in place, but Michael claims the judge rejected it. When Nina's phone rings, Ava answers and tells her about Drew. Nina moves away and declares that neither she nor she wanted this to occur. She admits to Ava that a very small part of her harbors sympathy for Carly. Eddie enters the room and finds Nina on the phone as Carly worries what she'll do without Drew for 3 years. Essen worries that all will crumble at the upcoming General Hospital. Alexis queries Diane about Robert at yoga. Felicia encourages Robert and Laura to ignore rejection as they wait outside Anna's house. Anna regrets because she doesn't believe her job is finished yet. Olivia is told by Brooke Lynn not to worry. Michael laments that Ned not being Ned is currently the worst scenario for Drew. Just the person I've been seeking for, Eddie, says Nana. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.